and welcome to Inside the Mead Maker Studio, where we chat with mead makers from around the world, explore the world of mead making, and catch the buzz on some of the finest meads around. So thank you for being here, everybody who shows up in the live stream, everybody who watches this in the after, all that stuff. Always appreciate anybody who pops in and enjoys and appreciates the content. So tonight is going to be a little special. I usually talk to mead makers during these Inside the Mead Maker Studios, but tonight we're going to be joined with Mr. Brickterranean, I believe is how he pronounces his name, and he is a high ABV craft alcohol maker, and he is out of Georgia, and I'm really excited to talk to him. I've met this guy in a beer club that I'm in. Not really a beer club, it's just kind of like a group of friends that get together, decompress from the day, chat, talk about beer, and some people put me onto him about his really cool high ABV stuff because they know I talked about mead and do interviews with interesting and unique alcohol-related peoples. So tonight we're going to be talking with him. We were having issues earlier, but I've updated the app. I have restarted my phone, and I have done all the things necessary, hopefully, to make this thing happen. So I see people are popping in. I don't see, unfortunately, that he's popped in, so hopefully it is at least going there. So let me see if I can search him out too. I think he follows. Maybe he follows me. Let me ask him here. Do you follow my account? Because I can't remember. I think he does. I'm pretty sure he does. But as soon as he pops on over here, it should be easy peasy to get all this stuff going on and rocking and rolling. So what's going on? Everybody that's popped in, appreciate all of you. I don't know why this isn't working then. Oh, there we go. Incoming Instagram video call. Wonder how that. What if that'll kill my live if I go with the video call? You missed a video chat call. I've never seen it do that before. Trying to. No request to join. It's not showing me as live. So maybe yes, no, maybe so. View the yes, go live with Brick. That's the plan. Hey,
I had to go
there
through
we
your
go.
account and click on you because it nowhere shows on my
It
screen.
no notifications popped up
Nope.
or nothing. Of course
So,
not.
so I went to you, popped on it, and then it let me in.
Got to go the manual route, the old school way of doing it. Well, I appreciate you popping in. I believe your name is Brick. Is your last name Terranine?
Nah, my last name is Bowden. B. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay.
uh, so how's everything
Well,
going?
you give us a look. Oh, I'm doing phenomenal tonight, now, especially now that all the technical bugs are working out and everything. So I was just telling everybody as they were getting logged in that we met through through like some beer friends and everything that hang out kind of after work, decompressing, shooting the shit, drinking, chugging beers, doing all sorts of stupid, wild stuff.
Okay.
And so our friend, mutual friend Anthony Cruz, Pie Cruiser, he put me on to you and said that you were a very interesting alcohol maker, do all sorts of cool, crazy, high ABV craft alcohols, and I just wanted to have you on my Wednesday night weekly show, and hopefully you can share some knowledge and experience with the mead makers that that show up here and come and just try to get a better grasp on
Okay.
alcohol in general. So I got you were kind enough to send me a bunch of cool gear. So I got the
All
Brick
right.
hat on right there. We got the t-shirt on, looking fly as a motherfucker. And then you also sent a collection of tasty, delicious alcohols. Couple of which I've already tried, couple of which I've got
Okay.
sitting back here. The ones I've the ones I tried already was the lumberjack ones, a blue and a red lumberjack. The blue one was the braggot,
Correct.
I believe,
Yep.
cranberry purple yam, and then the red one was the cranberry purple
Yep.
yam
So
stout.
basically, it's the same
That
base. It's basically the same base recipe, but the ratios of the honey. So all my products have honey in it. So just the ratios of honey in it is different. So you can see that there's a
okay?
difference. Um,
Oh yeah, that that braggot was definitely on the like thinner, kind of like a brown ale colored side, and that was everything that you ever want in a dark stout.
yep. So I just like playing with differences, introducing people to different flavor combinations, even sometimes different fruit, and just showing that you can make different styles. I mean, that's kind of what I like about the brackets. Kind of one of the reasons why I went that
Yeah,
direction. One, not too many people do it, and those that do it is usually it's usually a collaboration, and you might say it's a big experiment because
yeah.
one either don't work with it, or the other one who could work with it legally can't.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It almost has to be a collab thing going on in some ways, and again, like you're saying, a lot of it's just experimental and throwing stuff together and see what works out. It's a lot of just it seems to be more back end blending than anything else, more than you see people actually fermenting with the honey. And the ones that do, when they ferment with the honey, most brewers aren't used to back sweetening things, so it's kind of a foreign concept
Yeah, I
to
kind
them.
of do a little different. I go high enough that it stops about where I want. But
That's
I
good though. I
ferment
like
them
that.
together. I don't really think it should be. I make a beer, I make a mead, I mix them up, and there you go. That's not what I don't think the original intention was. But I also show that you don't have to just use simple grains. I mean, you see, I got some with dark grains. I mean, I use Munich.
Yeah,
I use all kind of malts. I use different varietal honeys. It's more as a collaboration than a recipe, and because I've been doing it for a
gotcha.
while, I kind of got the ratios. Because I'm usually about that 50% honey versus grain. Um,
Wow,
and I know most, from what I
that's
understand, most of them are doing around that 20% mark, which
yeah. I was
to
gonna
me
say
that's still a honey beer to
that's
me. But a lot of them are around that 20, maybe even less. That's what most of them
yeah.
commercial are doing. Um, So I'm just trying to highlight what honey is because I made beers in the beginning, just trying it out, trying to get my style down. We played with mead for a while, so I mean I still got a few bottles still chilling, but I kind of went away from that. And then
Gotcha.
beer, because of my ABV level, I was just using too much grain. So I kind of merged them together, and then I started having more fun again. Just I got so many recipes I got written out that I probably it'd
Nice.
be rare that I make the same beer twice. I made a few like a couple years, but usually so I go to this festival, Barrel and Flow, every, in August. That's around my birthday time.
Yeah.
Um, and
Okay.
every year I bring three different drops. So they kind of expecting that.
Ooh.
So I usually keep
Gotcha.
it simple: one finger, two finger, three finger, depending on how you are when you come to the table. Because
Sure.
I know what it's going to do. And you at a festival, some want to try other stuff, some might not. Those that are used to me, they be like, fill it up. So I fill it up. But most people, they kind of in that one finger, two finger range. So I have to pour a
No
lot
kidding.
to keep up with everybody else with their type of beers. But my lines be
Yeah.
crazy for 3, 4 hours. People be enjoying
Oh, I would
themselves.
imagine.
So it's kind of fun. I think
It-
I'm trying to push the edge of what brews can be. Um,
yeah.
And it makes it kind of fun. Some people probably thought it wasn't going to work, or people not interested. But there's a lot of people interested because they want something different. Plus, a lot of people haven't
Yeah.
really experienced honey. They haven't really experienced meads in general at all. I know they haven't done braggots. So usually it's
Right.
the whole explanation thing, what it is. Usually when they come to the table, or even when I talk to people like Anthony and a few others, kind of got to explain what it is.
Yeah.
Then once they realize, they be like, ah. I said, think about it as
Yeah.
if you know a brewery and a meadery had a baby. This is
There it
it.
is. And that's funny because Anthony lives so close to like one of the, in my opinion, one of the top five meaderies in the country. He lives right down the road from a place called Honey Pot. I say
Yeah.
right down the road, but within a very reasonable drive. And I'm just like, I can't believe he's like, oh yeah, I've never really messed with that. I've heard of it here and there, and I'm like just blown away that he just, again, somebody as knowledgeable as yourself, and I thought that he would have been on the Mead game, but most of these beer, like you're saying, most people aren't, beer cats aren't on that game, and it's always an education. It's always a
And
knowledge process.
even with beers, just like me, yes, there's ones you're not gonna like, and for some people, if they hit the bad
Yeah.
one first, they done. Uh,
Oh yeah.
Either way, for beer or for that, so hopefully they would try
Yep.
it again and find one that's good. Because I got lucky when I was in DC. We came across a good one. So that was the first time I was hearing about it. You know,
Okay.
so then we tried it, but we got lucked out into one that tasted good. So that kind of kept our interest. Now we tried a few others. Some were good, some weren't. But also kind of
Yeah.
I'm used to more high gravity stuff anyway. I mean that's my preference. So I'm used to drinking stuff in the
Yeah.
high teens. That's what I'm used to. So
Sure.
when I moved to Georgia, that's kind of hard to get here. They top out about that 14. So I either mule
Yeah.
it
Your
in, my friends ship
guys
it to
is
me. I still got some stuff aging. So then I like if I'm gonna
nice.
start trying to brew, I'm gonna brew up where I want. So I kind of figured out my style and just start making it. And what I like
Yeah.
about doing braggots is I can play the line on whatever I want to make. So I mean, like the one you about to pick up, I want one that tastes like a tea. So I made
What
it.
kind of tea we talking? Like a sweet tea? We talking just like a
It's
like
a,
a black tea, like a
it's
jasmine tea?
so
Like what are we
that's a
thinking?
black tea. So basically, that was
Okay.
cold steep black tea after fermentation. Basically, single malt, single hop, plus my 40 pounds of honey, 40 to 50 pounds of honey. Um,
Dang.
Fermenting it with lemon peels. So that's where the lemon flavor comes from. And then I
Oh,
aged
okay.
it in a honey bourbon barrel for almost a year. Because that's about probably a
Okay, so
year and a
that's what
half
I
old.
was.
That's about a year and a half old.
Ooh. So the ones that I had already, the two lumberjacks and the red ale, that firewater red, again, holy shit, dude. The most impressive thing, I mean, the flavor profile is truly impressive because it's delicious and from my knowledge, pretty true to this style. But the more impressive thing is that there's no alcohol warmth, there's no alcohol heat, there's no fusels, there's nothing that imparts that there's anything out of normal for that. That thing drank like a 6.5% red. I mean, it was a real mind fuck, to be honest with you. I almost thought you
Everybody
were lying to me
does till they stand
until I
up.
felt it.
Till they stand up. Then they're like, okay, he's trying to get us.
Yeah,
Everybody like, you making sneaky
exactly.
peek. You trying to get us. I'm like,
That's exactly what I said. I was like, "What's a sneak attack? I see how you did it, you crafty bastard."
and like I said, I
But
do
no,
everything in bottles. It's corked. So I'm not trying to say you have to drink it
yeah,
all, because I originally was doing them in 375s, but then I started doing them in 500s when I was making them because the
yeah.
the black lumberjack is my last. That was my last beer for a while. The
Which
black
one?
lumberjack, the red jacket.
Oh, the black
That was
lumberjack.
my last
Oh yeah,
one.
yeah. Oh my.
So I mean, because
Oh yeah.
I got an IPA too, that's at 20 and a
Mm-hmm.
half. So I got the regular version
Woo-hoo.
still, and I got one that was sat on blueberries.
Holy cow! Yeah, I took that red lumberjack stout to the brewery with me on Friday
Yeah.
and shared it just little ounce pours with people and everybody was just astonished at how again smooth and beautiful and everything. So doing a 20.5% IPA and then resting one, I'm like again mind blown. That sounds like such a wild ride. What made you want to do blueberries on an
Uh,
IPA?
so my buddy, under his logo in Chicago, he always wanted to do something with me. He said, I like blueberry. I think you should do on blueberry. I said, done. So then
Yeah.
I I aged half of it on blueberries for a couple weeks. So you kind of get, it's not like overly blueberry, It's kind of like you get the grape skin
Yeah.
flavor, and you got that hint of blueberries going through it. So it's not like overpowering.
Okay. I'm here for. I think the blueberry and like the citrusy and the herbal and it from the hops and the the earthiness. What kind of hops did you use with that,
I think I used 9 different ones. It
if you
was about,
remember? Oh, so it's
and and
definitely going to be an
and I, and,
amalgamation there. That
and
that
I dry
sounds
hopped it like three
great.
times. So I'm like playing with different stuff
This is going to be the wildest ride. This is going to be
because
the
I have a
wildest
braggot
ride, man.
at
Um,
32%. I I did a ice distillation on it.
I'm here for the ice meads, the ice braggots. You can believe that. I got a buddy up in Toledo, Ohio, who does ice meads a lot, and they are phenomenal. I had like two or three of them, and every one of them just an absolute banger. My buddy with
Okay,
Jimmy in the comments, he
how's it
can
going, Jimmy?
attest to that. But yeah, yeah, he knows the guy too, and he's the dude. His name is Chris. He had a place called Four
Okay,
Fires Meadery up in Toledo. I don't think he sells any of them, but there's a mead festival in May. I think it's on the 18th in Indiana called the Sugar Belt. All the big sugary high ABV, but like the big like hardcore mead junkie
okay.
meads and stuff out there. They all get together and do like an exclusive mead festival, and it's pretty legit. He brings the undercover stuff. I'm sure like when you go to these festivals, you got the pours for, and then you got the behind the counter pours for the for the
Pretty
homies
much,
that
I
might come
bring
through, or for
those
the
out
for the
because we got a
for
VIP.
the
I
VIPs.
usually hit them off
Yeah,
with the spirit side. So
right.
I'm still
Okay,
experimenting
that's
on
even
that.
cool.
I mean that's been fun. Um,
I know it's not a spirit, but we also got you do the limoncello, which I heard which actually got Anthony talking to me about your stuff because
yep.
he said this one was just an
So
absolute
that one
banger.
is only thing different about it is the lemon in this one, but it's done the same way.
Hmm.
It tastes like lemon candy because I'm using Lisbon lemons now because I get them from California,
Oh,
organic, gluten
okay.
free, send it 2 day to me. So it's a quite different lemon. I was kind of stunned myself when the first type came because I ordered 100
Got you.
150 pounds on the last run I
Ooh,
did of these. So
dang. I say I might be able to get you a connect on some lemons here, and because I'm in Central California right now, and I got access to Meyer lemons, but I don't know. Like I've never asked
but
about getting weight on them.
that's how they do them. So
That
they go by weight.
yeah. Oh no, I mean I've gotten like I can get like go down over like pick like a couple grocery bags off a tree, but I don't know what it would take to get to 150
It
pounds
was
and nail
some,
it out.
the boxes were about like that full. Each box was probably about, because
Phew.
I got 6 of them. So that's
Okay, so they're probably about 20
about
pounds a
25 a
box.
box. And it was assorted. I mean,
Yeah.
some of those lemons were like a size of an orange or bigger. And some were
Yeah.
smaller.
Holy cow,
Yeah.
that sounds amazing.
So
All right. Well, I want to get into at least
now
one of these. So, what do you suggest? I try the brick
you going
tea
through the
or
gauntlet. You're
the
not
dual?
going to be punking out. They all going to tell you that in the audience. You're going to have to go through the gauntlet, buddy.
We do. All right. Okay. Where do we start the gauntlet at then? We doing the dueling forces or are we doing the brick tea?
You can start with the dueling forces if you want.
All right. So the dueling forces. So what was the? Oh, and before I forget, actually, in the comments, my buddy
What's
Tony
up,
had
Scott?
asked, "What
That
yeast do
I'm
you
not
use?"
telling
Yeah, I'm certain
nobody. So it's,
that you're not telling nobody.
that's
Okay,
that's
just
my
like that. Okay.
combination. I so I basically do I guess it's a cold fermentation. So I have several yeast strains in my mixture. I've been using it for 4 years
Okay.
now, and I freeze it and I basically propagate it up to what I need when I brew. So that's my
Okay.
house strain. Because everybody's trying to
That's
find
there
the
you go. You
magic.
got a house strain
Everybody's trying to find the magic sauce. Trying to find the
yeast.
magic sauce how I'm doing it. All the breweries are trying to figure out how I'm doing it. Especially when I'm
Mm.
going to festivals. That's what first question out of everybody. What are you using?
None yet.
You're like, I figured it out, and my brewing style, everything fits, and it works, and they eat. They
All right.
eat. you
Yeah,
know. And
it's,
I don't
I
punish
love
them
I
because the
love it.
highest I brewed straight up was 28, but everything died in that one. But it did it for a good cause.
Dude, that is so gnarly red. Like I love the color on that. The legs on it are just
So
so
that's
thick.
this is what I
I
was
love.
looking for. This is my second iteration of it. So I guess that's my King Clown version.
Ooh.
That's what I call it on my
Okay.
records because like I did a version like 3 years ago, but it wasn't how I wanted it. So I revised the recipe and did it again. I do a buckwheat honey, I do a bowshade wildflower, and I do a clover.
Holy shit.
So that's part of my.
I definitely get a little bit of funkiness in there, but it's definitely heavy on the barley wine smell and texture to it. I really get the alcohol more in this one than I did in any of the other ones. Is this a newer
This
batch
is a
or
newer batch. It's probably now
okay?
year and a half.
Oh, that's still not.
Yeah,
I mean, that's still. I mean, that's had
it's
some
still
time
not
to
enough.
age. That's
I I don't try some of my stuff 3 4 years
still
old and it's mm. So it's
that's
get
prime
it
time.
could be better even more. So that's why I got some still stacked up somewhere to see because I'm trying to see myself the limits and what's going to happen. Because
Got
like to me, it's a big
you.
experiment. uh, but this
No,
was in 3 different barrels, and then I blended them together.
okay. Yeah, I'm loving the aromatics on this. Very like you can the barrel forwardness it comes through a lot. Again, I can get the alcohol, but it's not even really the alcohol. It's I get the warmth from it, but I can taste and as I'm taste drinking it, I can taste and smell the barrel aging process. But again, there's like no fusels. The longer it sits there, it definitely has more warming, but there's no alcohol taste. It's not too heavy on the tongue. It's got a very pleasant mouthfeel. It's not cloying or anything for as thick as it looks. Um, you know, I'm a little bit of a junkie for
Okay.
tannic value, so I would say it could have a little more tannic presence personally. But I mean, for what it is, holy cow, this is absolutely like mind blowing. Again, this is 22%, and I'm not getting any of that, anything that would lead me to believe that.
But this like is one of my
Dude,
favorite. Yeah,
cheers to you,
cheers.
man.
This is like one of my favorites because I like barley wines. So I gotta do a barley wine bracket. And so I
On the front end, you get all the honey. It's so sweet on the front end. I mean, not sweet, it's perceived sweetness on the front end because the true character of the honey comes through. So it tricks your mind into thinking, holy cow, this is going to be really sweet. But again, like the cloyiness never follows. It's so smooth. Yeah, it's sinfully smooth. I like that term. Yeah, sinfully smooth. It's holy cow. Beer girl says they sneak up on you. The honey presence is phenomenal. Agreed. That's a
so
great way to put it. It is
these.
phenomenal.
I'll probably keep this flowing in and out of my lineup. It's one of my
Yeah.
favorites, especially now that I got the barley wine side of it how I want it. Because the first version I didn't like it as much. It was good, but it wasn't what I was looking for. So I kind of changed some of the grains around. But
Okay. And how long have you been doing this? And
uh,
like when did this whole process start? I know you said you started with Mead, but how long ago was all
basically,
that?
I started this in 2020. Um,
Oh, was this a COVID project?
yep. You can't go. There was nothing I really wanted to go out and get. You can't go travel. So I'm like,
Yeah.
well, let's see if I can
Yeah.
make something that don't die. So I did simple stuff that was around the house. I
Yeah.
went and got a 2.5 gallon jug of water. Um, used a seafood pot, and I actually fermented it in that 2.5 gallon water jug. I did. Uh,
Wow.
I did a.
Okay. That's
I
bold.
did a. I did something simple. I did like a. I think the very first thing I brewed was a ginger beer, but it had grains in it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um,
Interesting
it,
concept.
it tasted pretty good.
I'm not a big fan of. I'm not a fan of ginger beer. The ginger is
Now I did
Me a very
a gin-
easily overdue.
I did um a pineapple ginger braggot a couple years ago, and everybody loved it. They was begging me to bring it back. I said nope. I might bring it back in a couple years. You just have to wait till I bring it back out. But it's in my Rolodex.
I love it.
And
I,
I
I
dialed
love
down the
it. It's
spices
a
because me and my people we like it spicy. You know, we like that ginger kick. But I know a lot of people don't. So
that's awesome.
I got it dialed
Yeah.
back. So and it was a hit. Everybody loved it. You know, I think I still
Well, you
got
just peel off
I still
a
got
little, peel off a little
I
bit, make like a director's
still got
cut.
like two 500s on. You know, been chilling because it's about probably 3 years old now.
Yeah. So when it gets down there, it gets down there, and these things that being over 20%, these will probably age beautifully. You can just recork this and throw it back in the fridge, and it's going to be perfectly
Because
fine.
I usually keep mine in my lab, so the
Yeah.
it's 60 to 64 year round down here. So
Oh, and you got open bottles and closed
chill.
bottles and everything just chilling. That's so awesome. So you started in 2020 messing around and just kind of seeing if you could make something that wouldn't kill somebody, and you obviously did that as a success. What was the driving factor of going from your starting process to now doing like brewing, from mead making to brewing? Because a lot of people tend to, in my opinion, go the other way. You see many more brewers turn into mead makers.
So I was doing brews, you know, at home. People like me, so we made a few. People enjoyed them. I made one at 25%. So it was uh more on the dry. It was on the dry side, but it still had some
Okay.
sweetness and like a fruity flavor. A lot of people enjoy that. I mean, some got a lot of bottles stacked up because they liked it so much and they never had it before. Like I introduced a lot of people to meads when I brought
Yeah,
that one out that never had it ever.
that's
Didn't know
awesome.
what a mead was. Didn't know what a bragger was. Um, I had it in my mind like I haven't at that time. I hadn't have a bracket that I liked. I'm just gonna tell you, they all were nasty.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for whoever made them, but they
that's
didn't
fair.
taste good. Nice try though, you know. So I was like, I got to figure this out. So I started playing, you know, making them. So um,
Yeah,
once I started, I'm like, I like this because there's so many different
yeah.
honeys. Which people didn't think because most people think honey's honey. So once they start finding
Yeah.
out
Oh,
there's
so
different
many people.
varietal honeys, they're like, wow, I didn't know that. I thought honey was just honey. You know, then you got
Yeah.
all these different grains to play with. And out of all the brackets I've seen, none of them had roasted malts, dark malts, none of that. They just had some honey malt, some regular pale malt, but nothing, you know.
Two row.
Yeah, nothing, you know. And then whatever how they brew it, it's usually a lower ABV and it's carbonated because you notice none of my stuff is
Yeah.
carbonated.
No, I
Yeah,
love it all still. It
yeah, and
should be
all my people
carbonated
like it
as far
that
as I'm
way,
concerned.
and usually high gravity, it's hard to get it carbonated, even if you try to force it. So I was like, I ain't even
Oh
wasting my
yeah.
time. But everybody like this way, they're like, you need to leave it like this. So that's kind of how all my stuff stayed.
Yeah.
And I just like the beauty of just playing with different styles. You know, I made that one because I want to see a stout one. So I kind of that's why I made the blue jacket. Uh, I
Ooh.
mean, I did, you know, I'm sure I've just been trying different stuff just to have fun. Um, I did a peach
Did you
cobbler.
say
Huh?
that that did you say that blue ja- did you say that blue jacket one? What was the honey in that one?
Cranberry honey and meadow maple.
That one the the bracket version of that one was so, like, by comparison to the stout, was so like tangy and tart, and the cranberry character came
Because of the
through so much
honey. Because
more.
remember, I changed
Um,
the ratio went like this,
right. Now I
and because they
understand.
both sat on cranberries, they both sat on purple yams.
Yeah.
Um, but the difference
Yeah.
in both of them really is the grain to honey ratio. That's the big difference.
Got
So
you.
so
Yeah. That was
the honey has
ridiculous.
more of that cranberry flavor, but it's not as tart from when I tasted it by
Yeah.
itself. Um, but other than that, I mean, I just wanted to
Hmm.
try it. I said, yeah, this is gonna go good. I'm getting the cranberry honey.
Yeah.
So the place I get out in the female-owned company I do in Maryland, she had some, so she
Oh,
sent that, and then I got
nice.
the metal maple honey. So
Is that the
now,
Mad Honey Cats up there?
bee folks, yeah,
Okay,
the
I'll
bee
have to
folks.
go follow them and check them out. But you were before I rudely cut you off there. You were mentioning a
Yeah, so
peach
I did a
cobbler or something.
piece cobbler several years back. Someone here might have had it. That would be my no to a sour. That's the closest you can get a sour from me. But that was 24%. And it's tough.
At 24% something
I still
sourish would
got
be.
some. I still got some. It's lighter in color. You got the breadcrumb flavor. I mean the crumbly graham cracker flavor in it.
Yeah.
Because I've been playing with different barrels. I've been playing with because I like using the spirals. Because sometimes
Where do you source your barrels from?
uh I think mid barrels I do. There's two of them that I use, and I get them basically. I do
Midwest.
Midwest, and there's another one, and I think Barrel Direct. And then I
Okay.
forgot the name of the company. I can go look it up, but I forgot the company that does my spirals. But I get it from where breweries should be able to get it from, and they wet
Okay.
barrels. They freshly get, and then they ship them out. So I'm waiting on a barrel now because I'm about to barrel age some limoncello.
So how big of batches are you working with that you're filling these barrels? Are you putting multiple batches into
So
one barrel, or are you like, or are
I'm
you putting
doing like
multiple batches
um
into multiple barrels?
I do 10 all the way up to 30 gallons. The barrels I get.
You do, so they're not. I'm always thinking
52?
like
Nah,
55 gallons.
I'm
So
doing
they're like,
30s,
yeah,
25s,
30
10s.
gallon barrels.
That's basically what I'm doing right now. 'Cause like I said, I'm still
Okay.
playing, and I know my next step up is gonna be a learning curve on how much.
And what size batches are you fermenting
20 to 30.
in that same range? 20 to 30? Okay. And so what are you trying to step up to? You're going all the way up. I'm assuming it sounds like what,
Uh,
150 or something?
I mean, I'm gonna try like I probably my next system I might try to go to a barrel and a half. But
Okay.
it's gonna be a learning curve because I'm using a lot of yeast
Sure.
now. So that's kind of because think I'm using about probably estimating, until I get all the stuff I need to look under the microscope. I'm estimating that I'm
Yeah.
doing probably 3 to 4 trillion cells.
How how long does it take you to whip up a batch of
Uh,
yeast? Because you said it sounds like it was quite a process. You gotta. I mean,
I,
it sounds like you're
I
making a
pretty
family
much
size and then freezing it.
uh doing up to 5 gallons usually takes me 3 days.
Okay, so we're talking some serious volume of yeast. So and I'm assuming it all starts off as dry. You're probably
No,
not
I use
making
liquid.
liquid yeast from this. So
I use
you
liquid.
got to. Oh, you do use liquid. Okay, so you're thinking into that high of a 3 to 4 trillion cell count. That's or I mean active yeast count. That's
Because
some
I
pretty
usually
intense. Pretty
because my
intense.
propagator is about 5 gallons. I can do 5 6 gallons in it at a time.
So does it walk itself over to the fermenter or what?
Nah, I got it.
Like, holy
I got it
cow!
near it, but it's not that bad. Lift it up, and I could,
So I
but from it I
was
can
talking to
transfer
a
it. So pretty much I,
transfer it.
because basically it's a sealed system. So I run it for
Oh,
basically once I get it to a certain size, I put it in it, and then it goes 48 hours.
away it goes. Okay. I was talking to a guy in North Carolina. He's a mead maker up there, a microbiologist, and he runs his entire operation off of wild fermentation. He's been cultivating his ferment room for several years now, and basically has again, like a house yeast strain that's wild that just lives in his ferment room, and he says they can get a consistent fermentation out as if they were using, DV10 or D47 or something like
Okay.
that. And he's just getting these constant, really good ferments out of it. I haven't had any of his stuff yet. I'm dying to try some
Okay.
of it. Um, but I'm also, but He is his name is Stardust Cellars in North Carolina. I don't remember quite where he's at. But yeah, Stardust Cellars. His logo is like a little
Okay.
S with a kind of like a
You
nautical
hear that,
looking thing behind it.
Bob?
For whoever's
That's
asking.
Bob.
And
You hear
yeah,
that,
there you
Bob?
go.
Nice for
Oh yeah,
joining us.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob's been in here for a minute. But yeah, so go check his stuff out. All his stuff is done with a wild ferment. And I asked him when I was talking to him, I was like, so what is the blend that happens to be your house yeast strain? Have you ever messed with it? And he said, no, I haven't. I'm hoping that some sort of graduate student or somebody wants to come in and take that on as like a project or something like that. So maybe if anybody that you know out there watching that's coming through you wants to, going out for a doctorate degree or microbiology, something related, go check that guy out, Stardust Cellars, because I think you would enjoy talking to him. You guys would yeast nerd out together.
Yeah, because I learned from a guy in New Zealand how to bake the popcorn. I made it for like
Nice.
took less than $500 to get all the stuff. But then as I'm making it, I'm searching on the internet and I'm like, why is everybody throwing at the yeast? They got real propagators that stainless steel, all kind of sizes, depending on what your brewery does.
Yeah.
But a lot of people just accept the good ones.
Pitch new yeast
Yep.
every time.
Because even the yeast you
Yeah.
got, you can at least get 3 to 6 times out of it. A similar profile brew.
Out of that nice yeast cake.
Without
Yeah.
research. But ideally, you want to look under a microscope to see the health of it and the count to see if they're
Sure.
healthy. To really know what you could do. And I've seen some guys done did experiments. Like one guy made it on the same yeast cake for almost a year. I think he did like 20 some brews or something.
Holy
To
cow.
test it to see
Off
when
the, off
it.
the same yeast
Look, he
cake.
didn't even clean it for a minute. What? One went out, one went in. One went out, one went in.
Hey, you know what? There's something to be
Yeah,
said, I guess, for
and
just building a
he
profile. I
just
bet the 20th one that came out was pretty
because he
fucking
wanted to
unique.
see what it was going to do and win. So yes, towards the end, he got to the point it kind of had, like you said, some off flavors, off smell, but then he let it sit for a while and went away.
Yeah,
But then after a while,
sure.
it was like, all right, I'm done. I ain't drinking this. But he just wanted to see what he
Yeah,
just
I'm
wanted to
sure
see what
it's starting
happened.
to get.
So and it wasn't like he was doing nothing crazy. Everything is probably seven or under. So it wasn't like he was doing anything crazy with the beers.
Sure.
But
But I'm here for it. I think that's a really cool
he
concept.
just wanted to see what
Again,
happened.
I'm
He
not a
said, I want to
big.
see what happens. See when
Yeah.
it's not gonna be good no more.
And it took him, he got up to 20 brews before it
Pretty
became
much.
undrinkable.
He got to that point. He was like,
That
nah,
is,
I can smell this. I can take. Nah. He's like, I'm done. This is it.
this is it. But I mean, still, even when you're at like, where do you say at like 17 at that point? You're at 17, like, nah, I could push this
That's
a
kind of
little bit more.
what he
And he's
did.
like,
Like
I think I
some
have
of
a
them had
little
some
bit more.
stuff. He let it sit for a while. That stuff kind of moved on, and he's like, okay, this is drinkable. Then he just kept pushing, and finally he was like, nah, nope, I'm done. It ain't
Just
going
can't.
away.
Yeah.
So,
Tapping out.
so that was the barley wine.
Yeah. So the next one we got up is the brick tea,
Okay.
the iced tea
Yep.
inspired braggot.
So basically, like I said, I did it on black tea.
Ooh, very like lemony iced tea right off the nose. Ooh, probably do that up there. A little bit more opaque of a color on this one. Little bit thicker. But holy cow, I'm here for the color too. Again, legs, nice clear meniscus on it, which is kind of odd because has this one been? No,
Yep.
it has been barrel aged. Maybe it's my poor lighting and terrible eyes. All right, yeah, the lemon definitely comes through on the nose. It's subtle, but it's there. Definitely get the earthiness from. I'm assuming just some sort of generic black tea, or did you go search out
I
like
just
some
got
Tibetan monk
generic.
to get you
I
some
just got
black
something to
tea?
make sure it said black tea, and that was it. I said, as long as it said black tea,
Black tea,
check. It was
check.
all black tea, nothing else added.
Good
I'm like,
enough.
that's what I'm going for.
All right. So what was the inspiration for this when you said, "Holy cow, the legs on it are just absolutely amazing"? Do you add any sort of agent to
Nope.
help with that, or to help with
Nope.
no, that's just all
Yep.
from the
And it
process.
just
I don't know if
sits.
anybody can see that or
So
not, but
one of my good friend's daughter likes Arnold Palmer's. So I was
okay.
challenged to make something similar to an Arnold Palmer. And if it wasn't like an Arnold Palmer, she's gonna get me.
Well, it's definitely very pleasant on the nose. Mild but very welcoming. Ooh, significantly thicker than the other one. Samey, warming feeling. Got that tangy astringency from the slight from the citrus in there. Definitely getting that tannic presence from the black tea. I'm here for that. I'm digging that. Oh yeah, man. That 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 is that's dangerous, brother. That is holy cow. That is amazing. It almost tastes like this tastes like what you want every Long Island iced tea you have ever had in your life to taste like. I mean, throw no, seriously, like throw a
Yeah.
splash of Coke in this, and I mean that would be like the ideal flavor profile for
Okay.
a Long Island iced tea. Like I can't give it any higher of a compliment than that. I don't know if anybody else would think that. I mean, that's basically like a ready-made
And that's kind of
cocktail,
what I
ready to
consider
serve at some Manhattan bar for 45
and
bucks.
that's kind of what I consider a lot of these. I have some people
Yeah.
making cocktails with them. You know, I,
Oh, I bet. Oh,
I'm gonna
100%.
have some people playing with it for me. Because I would like to see that too. Um, because really my
Yeah.
vision is basically I'm gonna be a distillery braggot bar basically. So I want to be the first commercial that does braggots
That's
and
so
then have cocktails from
awesome.
all my stuff. So that's part of the reason why I started doing smels.
Yeah.
So then that was
That's
another learning journey.
see Bob is saying that Stardust is actually in
What's up?
Wilkesboro. Hopefully that's close to
Oh,
him. He seems to be
so Divine Leaf.
oh, that's the family.
No, that's he's a cigar brand. He makes all kind of good cigars for you cigar people.
Oh, there you go. Any of you cigar people out there, go check out So Divine Leaf. Gotta gotta love a nice cigar out there. I I underappreciate cigars because I have so little exposure to them. It's always something I've wanted to get into, but I just time, money,
Yeah, like
lack
I know
of friends that do it.
a lot of people do. I don't smoke, but I know a lot of people that do. And I do want to
Yeah.
make special stuff like this, so they're definitely going to be welcome at my
Oh
spot.
yeah.
So that they can enjoy a nice beverage that
It,
goes with with their stick. Um,
oh yeah. You definitely have to serve cocktails at this
oh
place
yeah,
that you're doing. I mean,
we
this
gonna be
stuff is
doing
like prime
cocktails.
for that.
So that's really the whole idea. Cocktails out of the brackets, cocktails from like the cellos. Cause I'm gonna have a whole line
Yeah.
of cellos. Plus, I'm probably do different smells, and then just to have fun, I probably barrel age my smells in different types of liquor barrels to absorb some of their flavors, so that I can make cocktails with straight honey smells.
There's a meadery in San Diego called Lost Cause. They're making mead versions, and they have a meadery. Well, because they're a meadery, they can do wines and stuff as well. But they actually opened a winery as well. But they're doing like aperitifs,
Okay.
and they're doing some crazy herbal stuff out there. If you ever make it out that way, check it out. I think it'll be um, right in line with some of the stuff that you're getting on doing.
Okay.
We spoke before, and you mentioned that you were considering doing a brewery and distillery. Would that be like the same type of license that you
Uh,
got going on, or would that
that's
be like
part
have to
I'm
be
trying
two
to.
separate entities, or how would
So
that
that's
work?
kind of what I'm trying to figure out. Because basically I'm in the planning stage.
Gotcha.
But because of the rules here, I'm gonna be a distillery in Georgia because it's just how the rules are. Because anything here that's
Right.
over
Yeah, you're
21 is basically considered a spirit. Period. It either
Yeah.
is a fortified wine, even what I'm brewing straight up is considered a spirit by their rules.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of using that to my advantage so that I can make what I want.
Yeah. There you go. Hey, man, I love playing their cards against them. I spent some time in Georgia last year. We were there for a couple weeks between Atlanta, Savannah, and hanging out and whatnot. I think probably about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And every single time, it didn't matter where I went, except I think two of the breweries I went to, I didn't. But everywhere else, every beer store, every liquor store, everything, they've slid my frickin' ID card every single time. Like your guys' laws out there are bananas for liquor.
Yep. So that's the fun of games. Um, so I
Dude,
figured
that's
some stuff
well,
around some stuff. So right now I'm just trying to build a team to help me so I ain't doing this by myself. So that's what I'm working on now. Um, because I think I'm
got you,
going
man.
distribution stage
Okay,
first, but I'm going to do
right.
it different. I'm doing it through a technology distributor.
The thing that sucks about distributing spirits is there's such a high tax on it. Like every state that I've seen anyway. I distributed in Arizona for a little while when I was living there. And the like beer and cider and wine and stuff was all, anything under a certain it was percentage was so cheap. We're talking 8 to 17 cents per gallon. As soon as you as soon as you got up into, spirit territory where you're talking about above 18%, dude, it's skyrocketed to, I want to say like $2 almost. I couldn't believe like
Yeah, because
the,
it goes by
it makes me
volume.
understand why
Yeah,
spirits are so high. Yeah,
and then after you
why
go to
the
that
why the
high
prices of
level,
them are so high to
it goes up some
compensate,
more.
dude. And then I imagine it works on that side too, like having to deal with the TTB. Um, because they're going to tax you different on those spirits differently than they would, beer or wine as well. You're going to be getting it on all the ends, man. That's crazy.
Yep. So price is key. I mean, like my Semels will probably be limited edition, because it's pure honey. But I mean, your laws are worse. Y'all get charged on carbonation level, depending on if it's,
Oh, yeah, I'm only,
depending on if it's a
yeah.
session, actual mead or a honey wine. When you get to over 15, so y'all gotta keep that in order when y'all doing your labels. So that's made my mind up. I don't even want to be considered mead. I don't want to be considered a wine.
Oh, yeah.
I go ahead and keep being a beer.
Oh, yeah. Well, and it's really stupid too because they have different ingredients that are available to them. Like mead makers can't use,
Grain
any
is the
grain
main thing.
whatsoever. Not
Yes.
even this, right, at all. You can't use. I mean, there's stupid ingredients like there's a flower called the butterfly pea blossom that changes color with pH from like this like neon bluish color to like this really pretty purple color, and it in like some clear colored meads you can really get some cool colors, but you can't use it because it's a beer ingredient, not a wine ingredient for whatever fucking reason. And yeah, it's just stupid shit. So yeah, I'm on board with your going with the distillery route. Use their own cards against them and open the dope shit and do the dope stuff like this.
Yeah, because some people don't really didn't understand why, but a lot of them are starting to understand now. And appreciating it. It's different. It's not that people are going to stop drinking meads. People are not going to stop drinking IPAs. People are not going to stop drinking lagers. But now they got something else they can try that's different that they haven't had at all. To add to whatever they're
Yeah,
drinking. So, and I wish there was more different things out there, because I think sometimes there's too much similar stuff. Meaderies are opening up
yeah,
more now, but it's
yeah,
still not known. Even with what we got,
yeah.
even with the powerhouses out your way, it's still not known enough.
Oh yeah,
Maybe locally, but even though some of them are around the world, like Superstition Meadery, but it's
yeah.
still not really known.
I mean, I talk to mead makers almost on a weekly basis, and everybody says pretty much the same thing that they're doing. That the hardest, most consistent part of their job is advocacy, advocating for not just their particular brand, but for the mead brand as a whole, because there's so few people that know about it. I talk to places that go out to farmers markets exclusively, places that have brick and mortar stores on, fairly active streets in their community, and everybody says the same thing. So it's pretty impressive that after all these years in meaderies opening and, you know, it being the oldest fermented beverage, quote unquote, you know, all these things, that there's still so little known about it on a commercial scale,
Yep. And so
especially.
imagine the bracket. So when I brought it out, everybody like, what the hell is that? You know,
Right.
so it's kind of been a fun journey for me and for everybody that's been, you know, following me and participating in these different crafted beverages, you know. So it's just bringing something
Yeah,
different to the table that can add to what everybody else is doing, you know. And I'm just doing it how I want to do it, you know.
definitely.
And if somebody else want to do it, they can do it their way.
No, and that's again one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you. I mean, we'd had again a couple run-ins, you know, in the beer circles here and there, but every time you you talk about your product and talk about you know just what you're doing, it always comes a little bit unique compared to everybody else's stuff, and that's why I wanted to talk to you because you're I'm here for it. I'm in hook, line, and sinker. You've got me. I'm on the deck. I'm ready to be filleted and thrown on the grill. I mean, I'm in. And I wish there was more people that were pushing the boundaries like this because it's something that you don't see all the time or ever for that matter. I mean, and it took me going through a really obscure beer community to find something like this. And you know, I'm looking at you got the Untapped logo back there. I look at you on Untapped and something. I think one of these doesn't even rate because there's so few people that have ranked
Yeah.
it, or doesn't even, you know what I mean? It doesn't even show a ranking on it because there's so few people that have checked it in. Mind blown again. I can't understand that like more of your stuff isn't more prevalent in out there in the community, just in the craft alcohol community in general. Because I follow some pretty big craft beer circles too, and again, nobody's that I've talked to that I would talk to about talking to you. Like I've never heard of that guy. I've never heard of his stuff, and it hurts my heart.
Yeah, because I mean, somebody said that to me this weekend. You know, we got to figure out how to get you more out there because people are missing out on some good stuff. And then, because no, right now I'm mainly solo. I mean, I got a few people in my circles, but I guess you got to get things more formulated to start making a push to get me to the finish line. Um,
Yeah,
you know, and it's going to be a slow grab. You know, probably for the brick and mortar. So I'm thinking about this starting out
sure.
probably distributor wise because well you see I mean you met somebody in California that's trying my stuff, so I'm trying to get it so that I
Yeah.
can legally start bringing it out there in some other places and at least get people aware of it as I'm trying to build the spot. Because it's
Now,
no, you
oh,
go
go ahead.
ahead.
Sorry.
What you gonna
I was
ask?
just say, well, on that note, are we wanting to talk about like glassware with free gifts, or
Yeah, so
so brick?
that's kind of my gamut and how I do it. I'm selling that. You got the stem. You got the stem one. Yeah, that one there goes for the small size. The bigger glass. I got that one, and then I got a non-stemware one that you also can do for getting braggots. Just I just ask people just check in to see what I got because once it's gone, it's gone. uh,
Gotcha. So basically, what he's got three different glasswares on there. Each glassware comes with a different free. The glassware comes with a free gift, and that's how you do it. Which I'm here for all the way. I think that's a phenomenal way of doing it. Again, play the red tape like it's a pink area instead of a gray
so I'm
area. You
trying
know
to
what I
find
mean?
another
Just
glasses. So
dance
I'm
that
trying to find
line.
another glass. That's what I'm looking now before I talk to the glass
I like the one you got.
maker. Huh?
That thing's fly as a motherfucker.
Oh,
I like the one
yeah,
you're
this
drinking out of. That
it's
thing's
gonna be at my
fly.
bar. It's gonna be at my bar when I open up. So I've been testing them. I got quite a few of these. So I've been testing them. I like them.
Nice.
And I got a
Very
smaller
cool.
one.
Nice. What's that one? About a 2 ounce?
Uh, I say about 2 ounce, but probably in a ball, probably an ounce-ish. This one is supposed to be about three, but I think with the full height, it's probably a little bit more than that. But I like it, aerating it,
Yeah.
twisting it, and smelling it. So you want to do the cello next? You jumping straight to the cello?
These are the only ones I got
Oh,
left.
really?
Oh, dude, I domed all those other ones. I like, well, the one I shared at the beer at the brewery with all my friends, so that one didn't make
You
it.
said that one
But
didn't make it?
and then I got a couple. I got that one didn't make it. That one did not survive the evening. That one was delicious. Then I've got the, what do you keep calling the
Samel?
Sama, the
Yep.
Mead Samels? And what's maybe I've never heard that term before. Is that a term you
Nah,
came up from?
it's
I just
out there, but it's not
uneducated.
known. Same thing. It's only one in the state that I know of, and it's somewhere out above
Okay,
you. It's somewhere out west, up top somewhere. And I think they're called
Samels.
Dumoulins. But I'm doing it different than him
Hmm,
too.
hmm.
So they're trying to make it similar to me, but I'm not. But this particular one that I have is straight honey. Um, yeah, you can add fruits and different things, but I'm thinking about
Yeah,
doing bracket versions too. 'Cause that'll bring the price down.
there's a
'Cause
there's a guy in Texas, I believe it's Texas River Distilling. I have to get his name. I can send it to you, but he's doing 100% distilled honey spirits, coming out about 100, between 100,
yeah,
110, somewhere in there.
I'm between
Um,
100 and 120. You
yeah,
know, yeah,
his stuff was,
it's in
yeah,
that
probably
range.
not up to
You
120. I
know,
think it was about a
but
one. Yeah,
it's in
it's in
that
that
range.
range, but
And
it's the first one I tried,
I
so
do a single run, so to
I,
try to keep most of
okay.
those flavors, because the more you do it, the less of those flavors are going to be in there. And then I'm kind of learning stuff about it
Gotcha.
too, because you don't have all that
Learn,
stuff that regular stuff that's being distilled has.
what do you mean by that?
Um,
I don't know anything about distilling. I'm pretty
because
stupid
pretty
about
much you're
everything.
making cuts to take out the nasties, but because this is the
Okay.
nectar of God, it doesn't have that much nasties.
Right.
I had to I had to dig
I
deep into
gotcha.
the web to figure this out. Because
Got you.
has
Holy
Europe
cow.
has their
So,
versions. South America, they got their laws on smells and stuff like that. I've been looking, but their ratios vary.
so a Samel is a honey
Correct.
spirit. Okay. No, I'm here for that. Dude, I'm about to get my Google on after we get off this. I'm gonna deep dive on that shit. That's amazing. Oh, so yeah, straight away, this is the nose on it is just pure, like you said lemon candy. So a lot of times people say take that kind of like a demeaning term, but no, it tastes like, it smells like a lemon head taste, or like a lemon head smells like. You open that
Yeah.
box of lemon heads and it's just boom, right, that nostalgic flavor almost. A little bit of heat to it maybe in there. I can't, but at 47%, there's bound to be
Exactly.
a little bit of little bit of heat in there. So not unexpected. I'm by no means a spirits connoisseur, but definitely definitely excited here. Wow, no whiskey grimace. I was totally expecting to make a because I'm kind of a wuss like that, but that is so smooth. I mean, it's lemony. It has the the warmth that you expect, but it also has this. Maybe it's because
I
is there
mean,
honey in this one as well? You said you use
that's
honey in
right. I
everything.
use different varieties and
So
everything.
that's probably where that's coming from. It don't take this the wrong way, but it has that almost like a cough drop coating
Yes.
quality. Like even just a quick drink of it, and it feels like it just coats. Like I've been sucking on it for like a half
Yeah.
hour, 20 minutes, something.
Even when you talk,
It coats the
you
root.
talk, you get that lemon flavor just
It
hitting you. That lemon flavor keeps pounding you.
Yes, it does, man. The way you've infused the lemon into the uh, the cello is amazing. Again, somebody who's very spirits stupid. Maybe I'm too blown away about this. Maybe I'm not blown away by enough. But again, I can't sing the praises of this enough. Everybody in the comments who said that the limoncello was fire, I mean, they're speaking the truth. This thing is legitimate. I can feel the warmth. Actually, to be honest, I think this one had a little less warmth than the brick teed had. For it, at twice, 2.5 times the alcohol level. That's damn impressive, sir. I am I'm here for it. Like I said, I'm in
Yeah,
hook, line, and sinker. I'm 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 a I don't know what you call your fanatics,
brick.
brick brick maniacs or
I'm
brickiacs or
probably gonna call
something.
them brickers.
I'm I'm a bricker. I'm in for. Let me be a bricker. I will be. I got the hat. I got the shirt. I got the delicious bottles in the background. I'm here for all of it. Why do you think you're the only one doing wild, crazy stuff the same way you are? You think it's people are too scared to do it? People are too. I mean, because people, a lot of people always talk about pushing the envelope, or we're trying to do something crazy and unique. When it seems to be kind of the same thing everybody else is doing, maybe in a slightly different fashion. This is nothing like anybody else is doing.
I don't know. I still think there's that thing wrapped around that at our level you can't do nothing big. It's not that hard.
Hmm.
Or I can't.
I can't
I
make a
can't do
difference.
it. That's what some people might think instead of trying. You know.
Yeah,
Because even if you think breweries, there's only a few that regularly do big brews. You know, and it is work. You know, and it is science and
yeah,
chemistry and all those things above. And to some degree, you're pushing the limits of those creatures. You know, because like I said, I don't have some brews. They all sacrificed. They all sacrificed their life. They didn't make it.
right. Holy shit, man! I just I'm so impressed and so just taken aback. It's very often that I'm this speechless, but I'm really Are you gonna write a book? Are you gonna publish your process after you're done with whatever you're doing? Because I love the fact that you're keeping trade secrets, that you're trying to be the unique um, entity that you are, and that you're wanting to share with everybody. I don't imagine you plan on getting too big. I don't see you being as big as hundreds of gallons of stills worth of space and all this stuff. You're probably going to keep it on, or not hundred, I mean multiple 100-gallon stills. You're probably going to keep it fairly small, or do you plan on getting you know
I
big
don't
enough
know.
to
I guess
necessitate
we
a
would have to
whole?
find that out. I don't know. You know, like I'm thinking like the Samels, I'll probably do those limited once a year. When they go, they
Yeah,
go. I may do special things throughout the year, but you're gonna have to be part of the club to get it. Um,
gotcha.
Even some of the cellos. I mean, I got flavors that I want to do that'll probably be distillery only. Because probably just grease
Sure.
wise, it'll probably be lemon, orange, and coffee right now.
Oh yeah, you said you had a coffee one going. How's that turning out for
Um,
you?
I mean, I got a taste over here. Cause I thought I sent you.
Oh,
The
it's a Semel.
smell is the all white.
Let me. I got them down here in the stash here. Let me see if I can.
You said you
I
got
have them.
stashes, huh?
Where did I? Well,
What's up,
I
Mark?
I put them all down in my cellar area with the rest of my bottles, and now
Yeah,
I
cause
just
I got
can't find them. Oh, here they are.
others.
So one of them
Yeah,
didn't. One of them didn't survive the
that
trip,
was
unfortunately.
the Summerberry. But
Yes, yes.
I'm about to
Unfortunately,
do
that.
another batch of that. So I'll get that hour away from me. A local beekeeper. Only
Oh,
place I see
nice.
that. Plus, he has orange blossom, Tupelo. Uh, he got
Ooh,
the
some
what
Tupelo.
sourwood. Um,
Mm-hmm.
trying to see what else he got. He got wildflower, of course, and there's one more he does sometimes. So, cause I gotta still find time. So the one in the middle is coffee. The one on the right is the Samel, and the one on the left is an experiment. I won't tell you what it is till you try it.
The orange. Oh, this one's the experiment. This is the orange blossom.
Yep.
Smell. Okay, smell says a. Okay. So I guess let's start with the orange blossom here. Ooh, knocking everything over.
That's not my fault.
All right. No, it's my too close a proximity to everything, trying to be close enough to be on
Yeah, I'm
camera
just trying
still.
to this
All right.
experiment,
So.
have fun, see what flavors I can get, and just get people to try something different, And it makes me excited to see how many people are excited to see me come to festivals and stuff. I'm grateful for the festivals that do let me come.
Yeah.
And the people I meet.
Well, I'll tell you what, that I'll put you onto that Sugar Belt Mead Festival. I'll put you in touch with those guys because if you're bringing braggots fall into the mead category as much as they do the beer category, and somebody like you would be well received there. Well
And
received.
it's nice seeing somebody else.
If it's something you're looking to
Yeah,
do.
because where is it at?
So they've got two versions. One, the initial version is in Crown Point, Indiana, so it's about an hour outside of
Okay,
Chicago.
that's probably doable.
And then the second one, and then this, and that's in May. And then they have a second one, which I think is a rotating location. Last year it was in Richmond. This year I've heard potentially is going to be in Tampa, but I don't know. If it was in Tampa, that'd be significantly
Because
closer to you.
I mean, I go to the one in Pittsburgh, so the one
Oh,
the Barrel of
got
Flow,
you.
I
Yeah,
go
so
to
that's
Pittsburgh, so
yeah. Richmond,
nah.
Virginia is not too far,
Um, I might
but they had
I might have to think
that
about it. You
one
might have
at
to shoot me that so I can remember and see what I can do.
yeah. That like I said, never hurts to have more avenues to potentially sell your booze. All right. So this is the orange blossom smell. I've just picked up like 3 gallons of orange blossom the other day, and it is amazing. So hopefully this is. It definitely doesn't smell just like straight liquor. I'll tell you that.
Well, what does it smell like?
You can get the honey presence in there. Very clean. Um, Definitely has the bite there at the end, but nothing. Again, no like fusels with it. Nothing. Raw. I mean, it's definitely got raw alcohol taste, but that orange blossom character comes through. I'm really surprised. I would have figured the yeast would have eaten all that flavor up.
Nope.
But
I use the
it's
same
there.
yeast
It
for
is,
everything.
and it's huh. Well, I'm not gonna ask about it because you already said no. But um, man, that's so cool and crazy, and I'm glad that you found something
Yeah,
that works for you. And maybe that's something that you do is even eventually patent it and sell it and call it good.
yeah. So it's different, like you said. It's clean. You still get that mouthfeel. You still get that honey taste. The citrus comes through.
Yeah.
Like you said, you get that little heat because this is well, this one's no, it's 100 proof. You know.
Yeah. See, now that would I think would be good for cocktails because it's already naturally leaning in that kind of citrusy direction. So you do that for like a kamikaze or something instead of
Yeah.
the vodka in there. I think you're I think you're golden. That is so cool, man. All right, let's try this coffee one. Now I'm not a big coffee drinker, but
But you got to try
are
it.
you?
Oh,
Oh,
I
I'm
got
gonna
a big
try it,
batch of
man.
that going
Hey,
because I'm not a coffee drinker either. So
a big
I
bet.
feel for you, but
Okay.
there's a lot of people out there that told me you better make that. They were threatening me, so I got a big batch going right now.
Now, do you you said you use cold
Nah,
brew for this, or do you use just
I
raw
yep,
beans and you're steeping
yep.
on the
I steep
beans,
on the
or
beans and and
got you?
vanilla
Okay.
beans, Madagascar vanilla beans. I might try the Tahitian ones next time, but right now I'm doing them on the Madagascar vanilla beans too.
Very cool. Yeah, it definitely has the like roasted coffee aromatics to it, and the vanilla. Definitely picking that up in there over top of the alcohol as well. A lot of times, it, you can get um, like funky like vegetables off of coffees, and that's typically why I stay away from them because people don't do them the way I like them. I like it this way more than the fermented. Like fermented coffees
Yeah,
taste
see,
so
I don't
weird to
ferment
me.
them. I sit it on after.
All right, now I'm in.
Because even in that red jacket is beans in it.
That is so good. Holy cow.
And
That is
you
like
don't like coffee, and I said the same thing because I don't like coffee. I was
Well,
like, damn. I'm
that's
like,
like
even I like this, and I don't like coffee.
so again, I would go back to say that's like the flavor profile that like a Frangelico would like try to achieve. Like that would be like their high end, fine reserve product label. You know, you got the basic bitch Frangelico,
Yeah.
and then you got this. This is the reserve bottle. That is a tasty product. The sweetness, it almost comes across like a that would actually go phenomenal in like a White Russian. Holy cow! Because it already has that caramely type. It would be like a caramel macchiato White Russian type thing going on. This is yeah. I agree with everybody else. You better keep making this, or you're going to be upset. Holy Christmas, sir! This is I'm highly impressed. Again, everything that you've made that I've had, there's not a single thing that's been disappointing. The cranberry braggot, the cranberry purple yam braggot wasn't my favorite. The kind of tanginess was a bit awkward to me personally, but I didn't say it was bad, just not my
not your
personal
cup of tea.
preference. Yeah, but everything else, I mean, it's just even the spirits. I'm not even a really big liquor drinker, and I would be if they all tasted like this. I mean, this is I've had Grey Goose and Belvedere. They don't taste. I mean, this is holy shit, dude. Maybe get me all liquored up just so I say nice things, but I can say, I mean, actually, I was gonna say them regardless whether you wanted it or not. So, all right, now I feel like I've tainted this glass with the coffee. I don't have any water here next to me, so I guess we just go. Oh, Mama Bear coming out the clutch with the bottle of
Ah,
water, or the pitcher of water. Thank you, Mama. All right, probably should have had more of this water earlier, but
yeah,
at least I
I got
haven't had to
mine
stand
right
up yet.
here. Well,
You ever fermented with that
look at
stuff?
that. No, I haven't yet. I drink it too much. I've been killing these. I
I can't. Yeah.
I drink cases.
All right. You are the first official person I've ever met that had like anything positive or negative to say about Liquid Death. I never didn't even know. I never see anybody
It
buy
gets
them or anything. So it's good to know that they're
it
actually
gets
like
me to
decent water
drink water.
because
Probably
it's in a can.
the can is away from sunlight. There's no plastic in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I said that,
I'm here
everybody
for
thought
all
I was
that
fibbing
too.
until they read it themselves. Like, oh, you was right. No plastic in it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. All
the how
right.
it's
Hey,
profiled, I can drink it. So I just buy it.
the mineral content flavor
Yeah,
is
whatever it
there
is,
for you.
yeah, it's for me drinkable. And if that's what's gonna make me drink water, I'm buying it. It's worth the money. Because some of us don't
I
drink
love
enough.
it.
Water.
Oh, for sure. Okay, so maybe it's the coffee that I'm picking up out of that glass still. Let me go back straight out the bottle here.
Yeah, I'm gonna put
I'm
it.
getting a lot of heat on this one here. This is
It is the unnamed cello. I'm gonna tell you after you taste it.
this is the unnamed cello.
But
Okay.
I want to see what you think. I'm on the fence myself personally.
Okay.
That's not bad. I don't
Yeah.
know if I need to
Yeah.
experiment it with
No, no, no,
more.
stop, 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 no, 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 stop, stop, stop. Don't tell me nothing else. Let me just try it and see. We'll go from there. All right. Definitely is on the hotter side than the other two. Again, that might be. I'm definitely not getting as much coffee, but it's definitely on the. I would say this one's borderline fusel. I mean, it's got some raw alcohol characteristic to it by comparison to everything else. I'm not picking up anything unique. It's not anything like citrusy. By the color, I would imagine maybe it's a maybe it's a varietal, like a lemon, like a honey cello. Maybe it could be like a varietal honey cello. I don't know what. Nothing dark, so it wouldn't be like a. My knee jerk reaction was no, don't make that. But then it kind of came back. It almost comes across like caramel or like toffee or like marshmallow. Is it like meadow foam honey or something? Like,
but it's not hot either, right?
I mean, on the retro, it definitely has some bite, but no, like straight away, it's not hot. It's definitely strong. Not fusel. That I'm going with like something caramel or marshmallow, toasted marshmallows, coconut, maybe.
When I
Hesitant to
when
say
I tell you,
coconut.
you go like, huh? Or you go like, oh, okay, I can see it. Because I think it needs more of it. Me personally, because I know what
Yeah,
it
I'm
is.
sticking.
But then it's funny is two women I gave it to, they knew they knew close to what it was as soon as they smelt it. I don't know what about their noses. Yeah, I
Okay.
was shocked myself. Look, I did the same look you did. Like, okay, like so, I must be broken or something.
Yeah, that's some. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I'm sticking. My guess is I'm guessing with like toasted marshmallow.
Pistachio.
Pistachio. What did those women guess that was close to
They're like, this is
pistachio?
nutty. As soon as they smelled it, this is nutty. And then they looking by the color. I said, by the color, got to be pistachio.
Whoa, that's impressive. Okay. Yeah, now that you mention it, it definitely
See,
has
and that's why I didn't want to
a
say it.
nutty
And that's why I
character.
didn't want to say it. Because as soon as I
No,
say it, that's why I say I ain't gonna say nothing.
you're gonna. Yeah, no, that was the
But
right
they
call.
guessed it right away, and I'm sitting here like, I must be broken or something. Like,
That's yeah. I definitely did not pick up on pistachio. I mean,
I
for a bit from my
think,
wife.
yeah, because I
She's a
think,
girl. She's a woman. She might be able to smell it better. That smell like pistachio to you?
Yeah, kinda.
see,
She
see,
just yeah, kind of,
we
but she's just
broken.
sitting here. I think she's just saying that.
It has that like
See,
nutty.
Yeah, she definitely thinks it, but she's a chef, so she's got a pretty trained palate and everything. So it doesn't really surprise me that she would be able to pick up something like that. She just did it. Yeah,
Yeah.
she didn't do a whiskey grimace, but yeah, she's in for the pistachio too. That's pretty.
Like roasted salted pistachio a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was it roasted salted
just
pistachios or roasted
just regular.
pistachios or
Yeah,
just raw? And you think it needs more
to
pistachios,
me.
huh?
But then obviously,
She said it would. No, she said she wouldn't be mad with more either.
but obviously we must be broken because like all the guys are like how we
Oh
are,
yeah,
and all the women that tried it right away, nutty, and then they looking at the color like this got to be pistachio, and I'm like,
dang. All right.
It's alcoholic pistachio butter.
Yeah, she says pistachio butter made out of alcohol. I'm here for it. That's yeah. No, I man, you make some really unique choices. I'm so glad I got to talk to you. You were wanting to join me, man. This is um. I'm not sure any mead makers necessarily learned anything other than to just go with your do something wild, do something unique. Don't stay inside the box. Make a
yeah,
braggot.
I mean even with honey, because if you notice, everybody says there's a depth of flavor. And a lot
Yes.
of memes I've seen on YouTube or even when people are talking to me, it's like they get this bucket right here and they go, that's my meat.
Yeah,
But really what they should be
it's
doing
true.
is layering their flavors. So there's fermented fruits taste different than the fruits that it gets sit on after. And
Right.
I think people don't put that together or don't even think about it. So all they do is want to put it in there, then they're wondering why whatever idea they had in their head didn't come out.
The ones I hate is when you get one that's this color and said, "This is my blueberry mellow mel." It's like that's your blueberry
It's
mead.
you don't have no
Like,
tint to it.
yeah, like what do you do? Walk some blueberries past it and show them, "Hey, on a field trip, this is where you're going to be living."
You
And
know,
he was right into the trash can, right
because
in
you
my
can
stomach
do
or something.
things
Like,
like use the juice in the actual as supplement for the water, but that's gonna bring your sugar up
yeah,
also. But it gives that flavor, and you can ferment that. Then you can actually take the actual pulp and everything else and sit it on it after fermentation, and then you get another layer of that flavor added to your brew, and that'll get you closer to what you
Do you
want than just dumping it all in.
do you ever ferment on fruit, or do you pretty much just ferment with
Grain
your grains and honey?
and honey, or like I did lemon pills. Other than that, it's after.
Everything else is
Yep.
all secondary or post fermentation.
And sometimes I might do things in
Yeah.
it, like the juice, or like I just did a ragged sizer. That's what I'm working on right now for this year.
Ooh, yes. A
Yep.
braggot sizer, I'm here
So
for that.
that's what I'm in the middle of right now. And then I'm going to sit it on pears, and I
Yeah.
already made my tincture for my Samel with habaneros.
Oh. I'll
And then
have to. I'll try it because it'll probably be delicious. But I want to say I
why?
want to skip that one. But everything else I
Why?
got, I'll
Because of
try it.
the
Fuck it.
why? Because of the habanero.
I just hate the habanero flavor profile. Like it's my least favorite pepper. I did
It's
that.
fruity, man. If it's
You
done
heard that
right,
one
it's
chip,
fruity, which is what I figured
right?
out is fruity. And like I said, I'm not trying to make it so that you like, I've been trying to get enough of it in there to keep you
Right.
honest. Like I'm here,
Okay. That's like I said. I'll try it. Like everything else that I've tried from you makes me believe
but
that it
it's
would be a
gonna
decent,
sit.
at minimum, a
It's gonna
decent product to a phenomenal product. So
it's gonna
I'll
sit on
definitely try it.
Amarana and Cypress. hmm
Amaranth, that's that
I use a lot of it. I
Brazilian
probably know about it than a
wood.
lot of people. I use a lot of it.
And then you
Yep.
said what was the other one? Cypress? Is that what I should be aging stuff on? Do I need to go find cypress spirals and cubes
Yep.
and barrels and staves?
You missing a thing. It tastes like, how can I describe it? It's like a vanilla wafer sponge cake vibe.
And down my core flats on the Cadillac.
See, so I've been
I'm
playing
here
with
for
wood a
it.
lot. So sometimes you might not want no barrel
Yeah.
character. So instead of sitting in wood barrel aging, you sit in on wood.
Yeah.
So sometimes I like that because I just
Right.
want the flavors of the wood added to my product.
Do you ferment on wood?
Uh,
I ferment all my
I
stuff
have it.
on with oak. But I'm now
I
gonna
have
switch
it.
to oak.
Um,
Any particular
I
reason?
just I have it. I mean, I've put the wood in it, and then
Try it
I
for me.
also made it so that I circulate. It's it's all closed, but I circulate my braggots through the spirals.
Try one with wood in fermentation. To put your spirals or cubes or
I only
staves
use
or
spirals,
chips or whatever you're
so I
doing.
don't
Try
use.
something in
If it ain't a
fermentation.
spiral, then it's going in the barrel. I can extract good flavor from my stuff from the spirals because of how they cut.
And try one with a spiral in fermentation then, because I think that would give you an even more unique depth of character to whatever you're doing. Because it's there's a handful of mead guys that I talk to on a regular basis that's what they're doing is they put oak from jump all the way through till the end, makes it a little tannic and a little oaky on the front side. Give it about 4 to 6 weeks, it starts dropping out, and it just adds another unique depth of complexity to things that
Okay,
I don't see a lot. And I search out meads a
okay.
lot, so that would be holy cow, that would be amazing. We approach it in almost about an hour and a half that we've been on, maybe about an hour and 20 minutes. I appreciate you showing up tonight and definitely sending me a whole pack of goodies and everything. Are we um are we actually going to see something here in like the next little while, or is this just something that you're kind of tinkering with getting something or
Nah,
a distribution system
it's
or
not.
licensed product out
Nah,
there?
I'm working. Yeah,
Is it
we're
some?
working towards that.
Oh,
Because I'm
awesome.
probably working. Because I think I'm gonna probably start the spirit side first, with the
Yes.
cellos and stuff, and then because I think that's less explanation. And then that'll give me time to start aging my stuff at least 2 years. The bracket side, because I still think it's
The braggot bar.
too early, and it's still because even when I go through all these festivals, there's still a lot of explanation because people just never heard
Right.
of it, and also it'll give it more time. So I kind of want to get it to the point that I can start my bar program and start aging them at least 2 years out, minimum, and then start doing that. So I figured I'll start distribution with this line. Also, that'll help get more capital up, and then probably going that route, and then try to build. Because I'm trying to do it on acres. Because the goal is
acres.
Yep. So I'm trying. The goal is having the distillery. No, probably at least close to with upstairs, downstairs, probably at least 6,000, 7,000 square feet on the regular side where everybody be drinking and stuff. With the upstairs and downstairs, have two meeting rooms upstairs to hold like small events, tastings, stuff like that. Then I probably have a little side building for these crazy games that I got in my head that I want to do. So people can get off their butts and kind of move around a little bit and have some fun. Just because of what they're drinking.
Yeah.
I want to eventually have
Yeah.
I'll probably have a little small place to test the restaurant theory. And if people's like what we're doing, because I want to do tastings and stuff like that, and then with the food, and then eventually probably build a restaurant on the property. And then the end goal is I want to have a farm, aquaponics farm, and a regular farm, so I can grow some of the stuff that we're going to use, maybe hops and stuff like that.
Have some estate beers or some estate products.
I'll probably set a place up that I can have bees on the property also, and do events and stuff like that. So I'm probably looking at anywhere from 16 to 30 something acres between the couple places I'm looking at right now. And just build a destination that people can come to from wherever. And come on a journey, and then
Hang
I want
out.
to try to do 5 and 10, eventually, because it all ain't gonna happen at once. I want to eventually have like 5 to 10 bed and baths that you can rent and stay in. That can hold 2 to 4 people. But you
got a little
can squeeze more in there
and
if you want to. You know what I mean? but
right.
it can hold 2 to 4.
Got a little party pad if you want to come through.
But that's kind of what I'm looking to do.
Nice.
So I got some areas that I'm looking at. I'm getting help with someone that's helping, looking for grants and stuff like that. So,
yeah, that I'm here for all of it. Like, if there's any way I can help, let me know. I would gladly buy more product.
Yeah, because all of it goes into the bank. All of it goes to the bank, and I'm just trying to work to the steps. But like one of my friends told me this weekend, you gotta get you some help. Because right now you like the one-man band, Because he said there's 4. He said there's 4 of them, and they struggling. Because right now they getting tutorage through what did they call? God, it's on my mind. I can't think. Creature Comforts. So they're
out this way, aren't they?
They might be, but they're in Athens, in Georgia.
Yeah.
So basically, they're under their wing. So they got use of their lab. Yeah, they got use of their lab. So they got 3 lab technicians. Because that's all in my business plan. I'm gonna have a lab. Have them take up. They can take over what I'm doing because they got the degrees. They can finish what I started and do it better. And I can probably.
Makes me wish I was in Georgia so I could jump on the train, offer some sort of services in some way, shape, or form, dude. That's crazy.
But they using that, so they test different stuff on the beer and all that. So I thought that was pretty cool. Me and him was talking this weekend. They collab with them, and then they just helping them, get to where they need to. It just doing things like that is gonna be harder for me because a lot of stuff is proprietary. I can't have nobody like. I think they're gonna be doing contract brewing. I can't do that because who's gonna do that?
Yeah, because
so that's kind of part of my problem. So it's either I'm all in or not. I'm either in and go for it or not. So I don't have that option. Like a lot of guys like collabing, that's kind of hard because we're not gonna be on the same page.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's just I don't know. So, but I still know I need a good team
And
to
so,
help me get to where I got to go. Help divide up some of these functions just so we can start moving the needle more. Because
yeah.
even they said they're like, man, it's four of us and we struggle. And then I
Right.
think they got positions
Well,
in
I'll
that
tell you
company.
what,
Now they
man.
got positions in that company too. So their CEO is the logistics. I think the logistics manager, or he's the supply manager for Creature Comfort now. So he handles all of that distribution stuff and getting the cartons and all that
Shoot.
stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then I forgot what his position, what he does, but I thought that was pretty cool that they brought them into the company also, while they're tutoring
Yeah.
them to open their own up. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, there should be more mentorship type programs out there, and more avenues for people that are in the know and have the skills and abilities to share those things with you know with those that are trying to come up in the industries, and in the I'm
Yeah,
not saying the world, but you know what I mean, in the craft beer
yeah. And
community.
then like when I went to the Oktoberfest in Auburn University last year,
Hmm.
same thing, 3 to 4 hour lines. I met the brewing professors
Yeah.
at that school. So they hung out in our tent.
Yeah.
Basically, they was putting everybody to our tent. Cause they
Dude,
they actually made a
that's legit.
bracket too, but it's nowhere like yours. Like, this is phenomenal, and it's like, cause I think they got
Yeah.
with New Realm, they got a actual, you can get an actual brewing degree at their
Oh,
place. But
nice.
I don't think that's gonna work for me. I probably argue with them the whole time, cause I could debunk almost everything they're doing, cause what I'm doing.
You'd probably get an honorary at this point. You go in there,
But they
flap your
talked
gums
about
at them for a little bit,
that,
and they hand you an
and it was
honorary.
cool. They got the horticulture department. They do their own honey. Um,
Yeah.
they they're doing grain. I think they're doing grain now at one of their places. So their goal is to try to make a brew with all their stuff. They're doing hops too.
Dude, that's
So
what's
I thought that
happening.
was pretty cool. And then they said that we'll talk more because I got the professor's number because I think they want to try to
Yeah.
do something with me. So I think that's pretty cool. Um, and then the women that were there too in different parts doing whatever whatever they growing and stuff. So they just hung out in a tent and just kept filling up their cup and talking and
And just
sharing stuff.
doming
But the
those
Brew
glasses.
Fest, man, they were cool as shit. They kind of uh, they said this is their fun time. I mean, they got degrees in cancer and all these
Yeah.
PhDs in this and that, and then they got this, and they said we just doing this. This is our fun time. It was cool to see them having fun.
Right?
So they said, I
Yep.
hope you come back next year. So I'll probably come back with my new lineup. So this year
There you
I
go.
got aging. I haven't named the one yet, but I did 5 different honeys in this bracket. Single malt, a different
Ooh.
hop. It has a unique flavor and it's
Yes.
clean. It's sitting in a barrel that the barley wine was in, so it's picking up some of those flavors plus what else was in there. Um,
This
yeah,
barley
it's
wine?
sitting in the same barrel that was in.
Ooh.
So I picked up some of those flavors, and then I blended 4 different braggots, and it's
Yes.
it's a deconstructed port. That's what I'm calling it. Uh,
Okay.
so it
I'm
has
here for
that
the.
flavor because of the dark fruit notes from the cherries that I made in these brews. Because this was my Belgian style braggots. But I did various different things to a couple of them, and then it also has some of the barley wine in it, and all of that sitting
Dude,
in
that.
a
I
all of
got
that
a
sitting in a great brandy barrel.
I got a buddy in Norway who can get these crazy cherries that are only available in Norway called
Okay.
Stevens cherries. Like I'd love to be able to get you some of those, some of that juice or something, just to see what you would do with it. I say you could. I know what you can do with it, but see what you would do with it. That would be wild. Like I'm here for all your big, crazy everything you're doing, because everything you seem to be doing is big and crazy. We got a question in there from Christina. Where are you at exactly? You're in Georgia or
Yeah, I'm
in the ATL area?
south of it. I'm southwest of ATL.
Southwest. Okay, so you're in the Atlanta area, and is that where you would
Now
plan
I'm
on
probably gonna
opening
do a
your
southwest. I'm gonna do a
facility?
southwest. I'm gonna make them come from out of there. Cause in between where I am and where they are, there's a lot of money in between that, and they don't want to go up there. So
Got
I want to get them to come down
you.
here. Cause where I
Okay,
sit, there's a couple big cities, and so I'm gonna try to drag them all down this way. And then I'm trying to get everybody to
so
come from all over the country to come. I mean, I know people overseas that probably come because I know some come to the festival just to come to my tent from Europe. So I think that's pretty cool.
yeah, got you. Christina's asking what city you're in because apparently she's
Oh,
in that area too.
she is?
Yeah, I know she's in that southwest Atlanta area, but I don't know how far southwest you're talking.
That's cool if she is. Because I go up to Atlanta a lot. Like I was up there at Kentucky at this 2 year anniversary last weekend.
Do you ever go to any of the breweries up there, like
I
Monday
used to
night
go to Monday
or
night.
Halfway
I
Crooks
don't really go up
or?
there as much. Um, Halfway Crooks, I've been there once with Bob. That was on here earlier, but that's not really
Mhm.
my drink of choice. Well,
Belgians aren't
their
your
stuff.
thing.
Nah, I like Belgians, but I just don't like weak stuff. That's just not me.
What are you talking about? That the
It
seven
ain't.
percent triple isn't your thing.
I could
But you can't.
I
I
could try
mean,
some
at
stuff.
least they make good stuff. Like I liked everything I tried there. It wasn't bad quality.
It's just not my thing. It's not. I'm more like 10 and up. 10 is I might do some stuff under that, but I'm like if I am, I'm kind of searching for something in particular. Like something about what they
Okay.
got is interesting me that I want to at least see what it is, but it's just not. I
Yeah.
guess my taste buds have been drinking all this other stuff. It don't do nothing for me.
Are there any breweries that you do mess with on
I
a
mean,
regular?
like
No. The big like pastry stout guys like Mortalis or Angry
I mean,
Chair, Corporate Ladder.
I drink them in the past. Angry Chair kind of got mad at because the last time I was there, it was crap. It was syrup. So I was very disappointed from
Yeah.
prior years. It's almost like you got too big, and then like y'all gonna drink whatever I make anyway, and that pissed me off. I mean,
Yeah, there's a
the
lot
whole
of that
lineup, and I
going
wasn't the only
around.
one because my friends were with me. We all was hot. Like I spent all this money to come to this event, and this is some, we were bad. Like I spent all this money,
Oh, I'm
and
sure
then
if
I'm,
you went down to
and it
like Tampa Beer
all
Week or something or
in places
whatever it
we went,
was.
all that stuff was tasting the same, so that we got irritated.
Yeah, the only place down there that I really like try to like hunt their beers
Yeah,
out
we
is Corporate
went
Ladder.
there, and he was cool. He got us some stuff that wasn't around, so like that guy was cool, you
Mhm.
know. So that was pretty
Yeah.
cool. But like Ancient kind of pissed us off. Psycho was okay that year. Uh,
Who else is down there in Tampa?
Hidden
Hidden
Springs,
Springs, Woven
we go by
Waters.
there. Garage East, I stopped by there.
Chad's a dick. Fuck
Yeah, I
Chad.
stopped by there. It was okay. And I know uh, what else? I mean, we tried a couple of places. There's another one. I forgot the name of that brewery, but we went by another one.
Ology.
Yeah, I took out RGB on my shelf right now. Um,
I'm trying to think of who are the other big ones in Tampa. It's mostly Woven Water, Hidden Springs.
oh,
Zool.
yeah,
I think
Zoo's
Zool's
down
down that
there.
way. Um, yeah, they definitely got Tampa is probably one of the a prime hot
My
spot down
my
there. They
male
got
dog just
some
came down
good
here looking at me
stuff.
like, you better open this door. Fat, let me make sure he's all right. He's like, you better open this door.
Dad, you better open this door. I'm not even about being out here. You've been in there too long. I need some
You okay, buddy?
gloves. Think like I'm,
He is funny. He looked at me like, man.
yeah.
But uh,
No, there was another big spot down in Tampa. I feel like I'm missing, um, brewery
yeah,
wise.
Psycho.
Cycle,
And,
Angry Chair,
and
Corporate
there's
Ladder. Uh,
Cause you got Third
um,
Sons or something like that.
yeah, Three Sons is down there. Yeah, now I can't. There. Oh well, I got my freaking Google pulled up right here on my maps. I think I've got all those places starred and saved.
You gonna make upstairs with the
Maybe
girls, or you
not.
staying down here, buddy? I'm almost ready. He's giving me that look like you better go to bed. Uh,
Gotcha.
uh
Well, I definitely am. Oh, so yeah, Cigar
yeah, Cigar
City's out
City,
there too.
but it was okay. But then same thing, that whole thing, they changed how they doing the festival, so everybody's like,
Yeah,
they changed the whole thing. But like I said, it's just trying
yeah,
to find stuff different because kind of sometimes like when I'm going to land with some guys, almost all of them are similar, and I'm like, because it's almost
yeah.
like you gotta say, I like TK better, so I just spend my money at TK because it's really no different from TK or the other person. It's similar stuff, so it's like,
Right.
why are we hopping in all of these? It would be
And
more
and
fun.
that's the type of guys that I'm
It,
talking about. That people say are like, pushing the boundaries and doing crazy wild stuff. I mean, just because you can stuff, 1,000 pounds of Oreos and macadamia nuts and coffee and maple syrup in your stout doesn't make you awesome. It makes you, or unique and creative. It makes you able to produce a good tasting beer. But like you said, even anymore, a lot of them seem to be lackluster. They leave you wanting. It's like, man, where's my beers of 2018, 2019? Because now it's like, this is really sad. What's going on,
yeah,
Amanda? Appreciate you popping in.
or like all of them doing similar stuff. Like I like it better. Like if you did meads, you did you did barley wines. This place here got the IPAs. This place does Belgians. I mean,
Right.
there's over 99 different styles of beer. There's all kind of other styles of stuff out there, and nobody's making them. Or if they
Right.
are, they're somewhere else.
Everybody.
They're somewhere else that ain't close to you. Now, because then y'all can work as a
Yeah.
team, and all y'all get the money. But right now, y'all fighting for the same people.
And that's, yeah. I think you about nailed it right there. It's like the guys down at Tampa Beer Week are fighting with the guys that go, or fighting for the same customers that go to like Dark Lord Festival. And I mean, it's all the same beer nerds, the same neck beards that are going to these things.
And if y'all mixed it up, it'd be more variety, and then y'all all can still make the money that you want to make and keep people interested. There's only so
Yeah,
many
definitely. It
IPAs you can
definitely
drink,
seems
only so many lagers you can drink. You still need them, but all y'all don't got to make them.
it it seems to be the skin a sheep versus the shear a sheep concept. You know what I mean? They're just going to skin that sheep right down till they're done with it and take every last dive, and then they'll be done and they'll close their doors and then you won't have anything anymore. Like I can't believe that Mortalis opened up a second location. Especially in the same state. They didn't even go out of state. Like places that are trying to open cross country locations. Like who was that? Brewery had one in Los Angeles and
Yep.
one in Washington D.C. And I could, man, like you said, variety is the spice of life. And if you're going to only offer one particular thing and not even do it well enough to separate yourself from the other people who are doing that same thing, you're 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 doing yourself a disservice more than you're even doing the customers
Yeah,
a
because I think
disservice.
what they try to do is capitalize either the craze for now, or they feel that if you don't have those things, people are not going to come. Because the last few, because
Well, that's our fault as consumers as well because we support the shit out of these places.
a couple of festivals I went, that's what I thought of. No, so I'm looking at other tents. So they start spouting off, I got this, this, and this. And that's okay, and they walk away. So, because almost all the tents were having the same thing. So that's similar to what the breweries are doing.
And I guess to be fair, that Mead festival that I'm talking about, Sugar Belt, it can tend to get the same way because a lot of the meaderies that show up are all the, you know, high final gravity stuff. They're talking stuff on the gravity scale that finishes at like 11,
Uh-huh.
20 or higher. You know what I mean? This stuff is just so thick. Now, to be in their defense, they pack a lot of flavor in there. They're very unique compared to a lot of other meads that are out there. But they all, to what you're saying, they all hit that same kind of that same note. There's a few places that stand out here and there that bring other unique things, but ultimately that's kind of why they're all even there, is because they hit this
Okay.
same note. So I wonder if it's kind of like a,
Competition.
you know, well, well, in the mead world, I think it can be a little bit different because the the market is so small. There's so few places. I think of commercial meaderies, if there's more than 400, if there's 300 or more, I would be highly surprised. You know what I mean? That are currently active selling mead on a regular
Okay.
basis. I would even say 250 is kind of on the high end. But you're saying with breweries, we mentioned how many breweries, half a dozen to 10 different breweries in Tampa, and that's just in Tampa. You can again go up to ATL, and you can get maybe not so many sweet
Yeah.
pastry stout style places, but is as many craft breweries. Go to Houston, Philly. You get all the Chicago, especially. You get all these different things, and yeah, they're all competing for the same customer, but that customer is willing to go out and look for all those other things. And if they're having look for those other places that are selling the similar thing. The mead competition, there's such a dichotomy between the people that are selling like the super heavy sugar belty type of stuff, the dessert meads, the port styles, whatever you
Okay.
want to call it, versus the places that are selling the more um, I hate to I hate to use the word like conventional or like traditional, but more like vinous, more like wine type of
Okay.
meads that are more, have that fermented character to them. They don't try to hide it or cover it up. They let it be what it is, because that's kind of like they try to like knock on that wine door, get sommeliers to
Okay.
come over, get the wine drinkers to come over, which you're never going to get with the big sugar bomb dessert meads.
Okay.
So like I said, I think you would fit in phenomenal there because, again, like I said, even though it's a lot of similar people, they're all looking for the crazy, the cool, the unique, and I would gladly run a table or a booth for you. I know there's a couple places that can't make it themselves physically, so they just send product, and then the festival has people on standby, volunteers that will man your booth for you. I don't know if that'd be something you'd be interested. Like I said, I'll get you their information and you can talk to them and do what they do. But I think it would be a phenomenal place for you to get some
Okay.
great exposure.
Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, that's, I guess, the side of the fence I haven't really messed with a lot since I've been doing this journey. I mean, I talked to a few meaderies here and there. I know some people have been
Yeah.
talking to some, especially in the
Uh-huh.
different things.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know, something I think
Yeah.
the creativeness, there's more y'all could do with the meads, I think. You know, I think everybody,
Agreed.
even with
Yep.
braggots, everybody goes the fruit route. I mean, I done some with no fruit, like the dueling forces. It just
That is amazing.
honey and different
Yeah.
types of malts, for the malt bill, to give you that flavor character. I use barrel, so I've been playing with barrels a lot now, and I like the barrel
Yeah.
game. I know, like in the mead world, I know Superstition does a lot of barrel aging and playing with that, but also they do a lot of wine like stuff, so they taking on that
Mm-hmm.
wine name y'all got. But I'm just surprised
Yep.
y'all didn't fight it to be your own category. 'Cause that would,
And
I think
actually, I'm
that
getting
would get
ready
you
to.
more creative. I think they're stifling meats.
There's a group. There's a group that heads up a lot of mead related stuff. They call themselves the American Mead Makers Association, or the AMMA. They claim to be like like the cutting edge for the mead industry. That they advocate and legislate and do all these different things for mead. And I'm doing a whole video getting ready to put out on these guys and about basically how they're failing on pretty much every front to do what they said that they're going to do. I've been trying to reach out to them. They've been seemingly ducking and diving my emails. I've been putting out some emails or some posts and feelers out there to try to get some people's vibes on how they feel about the thing, and it's pretty much all coming back at mids to to doo-doo. It's lots of caca
Because
type
you
of
really,
compliments and
mead is
I'm just
mead.
like
It's
not
not a
impressed.
beer. It's not a wine. It's
It's its
its
own
own thing,
category.
and it should have its own rules. And because the
Right.
only
And
state
these, yeah.
that you could do a
And I
bracket as a
agree.
meadery is New York. Because I looked this up. They changed the laws.
It, and that, and see, even that's usurping what, the TTB, because the TTB is the one who says that you can't use grains in your meat. So if they're letting meaderies in New York use grains, I know a couple guys in New York that are doing that. I have to reach out to them up in like in the Syracuse and Rochester area, see if what they know about that, because now I'm
Yep, because I
highly
looked.
intrigued.
So, because I was looking for myself, and that's the only state that kept popping up. But
Man, that's awesome. Well, hey, I know it's well past
yeah,
11 o'clock over
that's why
there.
I'm not trying to look at the clock. So I'm just gonna take
No,
take
no,
my nap
I'll
and get up in the morning and keep it moving.
do your thing. Well, I'll definitely let you go, man. You've been on here for well over an hour and a half, and I think you've given a phenomenal view of and vision of what you're trying to do with the craft alcohol world. Anybody out there who's not following, how is it pronounced? Is it
It,
Brickterranean,
it's
Terranin,
Brickterranean.
Brickterranean Beer Hut? Go give this cat a follow over there, and stay on point, because anything that this dude does, you're gonna want to be a part of. And just one last thing before I let you go: anybody who's looking for this, do the free gifts, are they per glass? Do you have to like kind of signify when you buy a glass which
Yeah, so
which free
so
gift you
so if you
want? How
buy
does that
that
work?
glass, it's all given market gonna be on the other side. It's gonna be this right now currently, or the coffee once I have it. Um, Some else I'm not doing currently, even though I done had a few people reach out to me, so I'm tossing it
Yeah,
around. I've been offered
fair
a good
enough.
amount for 375, so that's telling me where it could go in pricing. Um,
So
so
this so
those
this
those
is
are 50,
if you want
50.
this, order this
Yep.
one.
And if you want
Okay, so
anything else, or any of the brackets, it's going to be the other glass or a stemless one. I have a stemless glass on there also. And then
got you.
just
Okay.
either in the contact me on the website or you hit me up on Instagram. I can let you know what I have. You just tell me which of the Pacific bottles you want. I'll let you know if I still have it or not. And I'll package it up and send it out to you. And you can just do everything on the
And
website.
since we're doing this through the Homeboy Shopping Network, we can assume that we're on
Yep.
50 state shipping. Excellent. Yeah. So anybody reach out, like I said, you want a braggot or barley wine or whatever he's got beer related. This glass here is for the cellos, and the stemless is also again for the braggots or whatever. So reach out, buy one of those, help support Brick, and he will, eventually bring forth this wondrous distillery, brewery, community, acreage, estate, and we can all go and relish in the awesomeness of it. I'm here for it. Like I said, if you ever need anything from me, I don't know what I could ever offer, but ever anything, please do not hesitate to reach out. And
All
believe I would
right.
love to have you on again.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It was fun. It was nice to see, even from your side, what you thought of, the other side of that y'all
Yeah,
can't do. Well, you do it at home, I guess, but
yeah, no,
it was interesting to see
yeah.
what you felt of how they were, compared to what you
Oh no,
normally do.
the all like I said, the barley wines and both of those right there are aces in my book, man. Anybody who doesn't think so is probably not a connoisseur of braggots or barley wines.
All right. But yeah, man, I thank you
All right.
for
Well,
having me on and
thank you very
introducing me
much.
to your
Oh,
peoples that's been supporting you.
uh, well, let's hope we can get you some other orders. So, yeah, appreciate you, and I will. I'll be talking at you in the future.
All right. I'm looking forward to it.
Have a
Have
good
a
night,
good
brother.
night. Yep. Later.
Later. So that's my man Brick from Brickterranean Beer Hut. He's over there and just outside the ATL area. He wouldn't say where, trying to keep that all low key, which I don't really blame him. Like I said, anybody trying to get a barley wine or a braggot, that's one of the beer style ones. look for the tulip glass with the black base or the stemless wine glass, I'm thinking. Also, anybody looking for the cellos, the lemon, or the coffee once that gets done, or if he does the pistachio one full time, again, look for the kind of small Pilsner beerish glass. They do say glassware with free gift. Hit him with the messages. He will sort you out. Like I said, this is through the low-key shopping network. So there's all 50 states shipping. Thank you, everybody, so much. Next week, I will not be here as next Wednesday is Valentine's Day, so I'll be spending that day with my wonderful wife. And be coming back the next week strong with Moonlight Meadery out of New Hampshire, Mr. Michael Fairbrother himself. So anybody's got any questions for him, we talked about potentially doing a code for discounts for purchases made during the interview. He hasn't gotten back to me on that, so hopefully we can get something like that going. Maybe get one of them Utopia bottles that's like $250 for like maybe 10-15% off. I don't know. No promises. Again, it was just something we talked about. But thank you all for being here. I cannot wait to talk to you all in 2 weeks. Have a fantastic evening.